Peeps. I love Peeps. Oh. Now, these may actually be my absolute favorite thing about Easter. And did you know, if you wait till about a week after Easter, you can buy them in bulk. Now, they do get a little bit chewy on the outside, but they're still really good and very satisfying. Although, when you think about it, satisfying might not be quite the right word when you think about the fact that the main ingredients are pretty much sugar and air. But I love them. It's how I celebrate Easter. And the eating of the Peeps, especially the pink ones, is a tradition that must not be missed. Oh, Peeps. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Easter. And I used to be much more of a traditionalist. In fact, about, a couple years ago, before the world went crazy, I actually tried to do the whole church thing. See, there's a big mega church down the road that every year does this huge Easter pageant, big extravaganza. So me and Maddie, we got all dolled up, dressed, the shoes, the hat, the whole 9 yards to go down there. In retrospect, maybe a little too dolled up. Did you know that Christians dress down for church these days? Anyway, well, the point is, we got all dressed up, and we get in the car, and we drive down there, and I make it in time for the early service. Big accomplishment for me. And it is packed. And Maddie is super excited. So we get in, we find her classroom, and she runs into her class, hardly even turns around to say bye, and I'm by myself. And so now I try to weave my way down the hall back to the main worship center, like a salmon swimming upstream. Anyway, I squeeze through, and I find a seat on a pew about 4 rows back from the front. And I'm sitting there, and then about 10 minutes before the service starts, this old guy in a suit comes up, and he's just standing right there next to me. Now, I had noticed that he was an usher out in the lobby earlier, so I thought maybe he's coming to welcome me. So I get ready to smile and introduce myself when all of a sudden he goes, "These seats are saved." I'm like, what? And he points down the pew a little bit, and there's this old tattered Bible sitting a few feet down on the pew from me. So I say, well, I can scoot down, make room for you. No, he just looks at me and goes, "There's 4 of us, never mind." And he snatches up the Bible and he walks off. I could feel my face getting red. Well, I just stood up, marched down the aisle, walked back down to Maddie's classroom, and yanked her out and said, "We're leaving." And she's looking at me all confused. She's like, "We're done with church?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're done. So done, as in finished." And we were. I haven't been back since. Now, don't get me wrong. We still go through the motions. We still do Thanksgiving with the turkey and all the trimmings and all that good stuff. Presents at Christmas time. Easter baskets. But it's not the same. I don't know, it just kind of feels like something's missing. Like it's all dessert, but no steak. Now, I realize in retrospect, I might have overreacted a little bit. See, the thing is, I still believe in God. And I want Maddie to be able to go to church. I think it would be good for her. I think it would be good for me. It would be good for both of us. Because while we still got all of this, I don't know, it just feels kind of empty. To be honest, kind of lonely. Just the two of us here in this big house with a house full of peeps.